Wait. Now it started. Go.
Welcome back, everybody, to pump review number, this should be 8 or 9. This has been probably 1 week since I started this series, but I don't think I've ever covered a full complete leg day on my YouTube in this series. But of course, I hit it today, and I just wanted to go over what I actually hit today to get this pump. And so I did some chest work today with my good friend Israel here behind the camera, but of course that wasn't really today wasn't like a chest day, it was more of a leg day. I just wanted to get a chest pump, see how I'm feeling with benching. But regardless of that, I'm gonna get right into what I did for my legs today. So if we're going from top to bottom, starting off with quads, I started with doing leg extensions, and now of course you can even see how can I flex my legs so easily? Well, it's because that leg extension, the full extension, is just a quad flex, right? So that's why I always tell people, flex, you want your training and your flexing to be the same kind of movement, to look the same way, because every fully extended, leg rep that I do on the leg extension ends up looking like this. And the concept is that we get bigger and that we keep growing it. But I did single leg extensions, alternating, and then I did a heavy set at the end. Today was relatively high volume for my leg day, but of course, I'm doing what I respond best to stimulus wise. So leg extensions to warm them up. And then for the quads, I do believe in one extension movement and just one pressing movement. And so for my pressing today, I did a hack squat, and it was the same concept where, I like to do a warm-up weight, and then I really advocate for lower reps and more high intensity, because that's gonna be the best way to get the stimulus and growth in your legs. And so for my quads, again, just a hack squat. I did them a bit with my legs wider out because I wanted to kind of target my hamstring more. It was the first exercise I did today, right, besides the leg extensions and the hack squat, was actually RDLs. And I'm trying to grow my hamstring more because it is a very hard muscle to grow. But once you start training it properly and with high enough intensity, you get more shreds in your legs, especially in your hamstrings here. But I did 3 sets of RDLs for that, and for 2 of my sets, it was with 2 plates, and then 1 set was with 1 plate. Again, just controlling it, making sure I get a deep stretch every single time I go down, and kind of also making sure that, right, my spine can't really be curved like this. You don't need to be too low when you're doing RDLs, but you can't let your shoulders round, because then it's gonna be just more tension on your back and on your lower spine as well, and that's not the goal of the RDL. But besides that, usually I would do hamstring curls. I didn't do hamstring curls today just because I was hitting, other muscle groups as well, and I kind of just did not substitute it for RDLs, but I basically substituted it for RDLs. Now, I think hamstring curls are also super useful because it's the only movement where your legs are kind of crushing in, because RDLs is more of a deep stretch, right? So you need that variation in your exercise. But of course, when you are hitting hamstrings, just throw in either a laying hamstring curl or just a regular hamstring curl seated, because those will definitely grow your hamstrings a lot. And it's what I've been using to grow my hamstrings. And then to finish it, I just hit calves. Calves is really simple. You don't need any fancy technique. You don't need anything like that. You just need to get a full stretch, keep the contraction, and of course, go heavy as well. And even for my calves, you can see they have their definition there, and they are something I realized is a lot of people could carry fat in their calves, but since I'm so insanely lean, my calves are just what they are. But of course, I don't think it's small in proportion.
You can't help it. You can't help it. You're just insanely lean.
I'm just insanely lean. But with that being said, that does mean that the muscle here is just muscle and not fat. But with my calves, it was always more of just I can jump pretty high. I don't know if anyone knows that I had a volleyball pass, but that resulted in a lot of leg training as well and getting them stronger. But the calves, really, they just need a pump. It doesn't need to be anything too crazy. Of course, they could be bigger, but I also do train my legs less frequently since I'm trying to work on my upper more. But besides that, that was all for my leg